Now, Barbara, you are big on Celtic sea salt. You love Celtic sea salt. You take it regularly. Can you explain exactly the method? Is it something that you put in your water? Do you put it in your mouth first? How exactly can somebody take Celtic sea salt?
Okay, so let me explain it. And I got this information from a few sources, and one of the sources is Dr. Robert Thompson, who wrote the book, The Calcium Lie, and he believes the clearest indicator of a creator God is seawater, because seawater has 92 minerals, the exact same mineral and proportion and balance as is found in the body. And the closest to seawater is Celtic salt. Celtic salt has 82 minerals. And Dr. Robert Thompson says, if you put a little crystal of Celtic salt on your tongue before every glass of water, he says all you're doing is replacing the minerals you lost yesterday in your urine, in your perspiration, in your bowel movements. So how big is the crystal of Celtic salt? Probably about the size of a sesame seed. If someone's not used to salt, I think I'd advise even less than that to get their body used to it. Celtic salt is a very wet salt because it has 3 magnesiums, and magnesium is a water-hungry molecule. So when you put that crystal on your tongue and then drink your water, the mucous membranes in your mouth absorb those minerals, take it to the cell, you drink your water, and that water-hungry molecule, magnesium, actually pulls that water inside the cell. So it is far better to put it on your tongue and then drink it rather than put it in your water. Because of the 3 magnesiums in the water, it dissolves into the water, so you don't quite get the same effect.
So would you let the salt completely dissolve and then drink water?
Not necessarily. I usually put it in my mouth, have a bit of a crunch, then drink my water. By then, you know, some of the minerals have absorbed.
So would there be any benefit to cooking with Celtic sea salt?
I always cook with Celtic sea salt, but I never put my Celtic salt in till the end. Yes, it has 92 minerals, and cooking does not kill minerals. So you could put it halfway through, but it is my habit to put it in near the end.
Barbara O'Neill, a renowned natural health expert, has long advocated for the use of natural remedies to improve overall health and well-being. One of her favorite tools is Celtic salt, a mineral-rich, unrefined salt that has the potential to dramatically transform your health. Unlike ordinary table salt, Celtic salt is packed with essential minerals and offers numerous health benefits that go far beyond just seasoning your food. In this video, Barbara O'Neill reveals the top 10 shocking uses for Celtic salt and how incorporating it into your daily routine can bring about significant improvements in your health and lifestyle. Whether you're looking to boost your hydration, enhance your digestion, or support your skin, Celtic salt can be a game changer. Let's explore these surprising uses and learn how Barbara O'Neill utilizes Celtic salt to promote natural health and healing. 1. Enhanced hydration and electrolyte balance. According to Barbara O'Neill, Celtic salt is essential for maintaining proper hydration and electrolyte balance in the body.
So some people have said, I don't drink water because I'm all the time running to the bathroom. I said, if you take that salt before you start each glass, what's that, 8 times a day? And if you take it half a glass at a time, this is what I do in the morning. I wake up in the morning, I have the salt, have half a glass of water, go to the bathroom, have another half glass of water, pray, have another bit of salt, another half glass of water, get dressed, have another half a glass of water. Can you see what you do? You just stretch it out, just little by little. And ideally you stop half an hour before the meal. If you're thirsty with the meal, it's an indication that you sat to the meal dehydrated. And the problem with drinking with your meal is you're washing away your gastric juices, because digestion is a chemical process. What happens when you put water on chemicals? Dilutes them. So try and drink always before. How long after? You know, if you're thirsty, a mouthful's not going to make a big difference. But ideally, you start drinking larger amounts about an hour and a half to 2 hours after the meal.
Unlike regular table salt, which can dehydrate the body, the trace minerals in Celtic salt, such as magnesium and potassium, help your cells absorb and retain water effectively. To improve your hydration, Barbara suggests taking Celtic salt little by little throughout the day. A crystal of Celtic salt can be placed under the tongue, before every glass of water to ensure that water is consumed inside the cells.
So be kind to your kidney and drink water, but don't drink a lot of water at once. Take it in little by little by little by little. And whole salt. The whole salt is necessary because the more water we drink, the more water we lose, and when we lose that water, it's taking minerals out. Celtic salt contains 82 minerals. So I'll give you a comparison here. So Celtic salt, 82 minerals. This is definitely a whole salt. And Himalayan salt has 75 minerals. So ideally we use the Celtic salt. And if the only salt you can get or have is Himalayan, it's almost as good. Whereas the salt you buy on the supermarket shelf has 2 minerals, sodium chloride. So we need the whole salt.
2. Digestive health and acid regulation. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the role of Celtic salt in supporting digestive health. This type of salt stimulates the production of hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which is crucial for proper digestion and nutrient absorption.
We need to be having salt in its balanced form with all of its other minerals. And I think you'll agree with me, what's a baked potato without salt? What's avocado and tomato on sourdough spelt toast without salt? Salt awakens the food. And your hydrochloric acid is made from chloride. We cannot digest properly unless we're having adequate salt. Lining the gastrointestinal tract are villi. On those villi are receptor sites, and these receptor sites are to take the glucose through and into the blood. Inside that receptor site there is a carrier, and the carrier is the one that takes the glucose through and into the blood. But the carrier says, I will not accept you glucose unless you come with a molecule of sodium. When the sodium is present, then the carrier will take the glucose through and into the blood.
For those experiencing digestive issues, like bloating or acid reflux, Barbara recommends using a small amount of Celtic salt with meals to aid digestion and promote a healthier gut. 3. Respiratory health and congestion relief. Celtic salt can be a natural remedy for respiratory issues, as highlighted by Barbara O'Neill. Its anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties make it effective in reducing mucus and clearing the airways. Barbara suggests using a salt inhaler or inhaling steam from boiling water mixed with Celtic salt to alleviate symptoms of asthma, allergies, and sinus congestion. 4. Mineral supplementation for overall health. Celtic salt is a natural source of over 80 essential minerals, making it a valuable addition to any diet.
Sodium is the main transport system of glucose across the brush border wall and into the blood. And yet what are we told? Don't eat salt. Well, I agree with the table salt because it causes this imbalance of minerals in and out of the cell, absolutely. And did you know that sodium chloride is so strong it can kill the taste buds? Have you seen people that eat table salt? They put it on everything and they put it on before they've even tasted it. Well, no wonder, their taste buds are dying. Whereas Celtic salt, with all of its minerals, it enhances the flavour of the food.
Barbara O'Neill points out that these minerals, including calcium, iron, and zinc, are vital for maintaining strong bones, a robust immune system, and overall vitality. Incorporating Celtic salt into your meals can help replenish these essential nutrients, supporting overall health and wellness. 5. Skin care and detoxification. Barbara O'Neill reveals that Celtic salt can be a powerful tool for skincare and detoxification. The minerals in the salt help to draw out toxins, reduce inflammation, and promote healing. For a natural skin treatment, Barbara recommends creating a scrub with Celtic salt or adding it to a bath to soothe conditions like eczema, psoriasis, and acne. 6. Natural sleep aid. For those struggling with insomnia or poor sleep quality, Barbara O'Neill suggests using Celtic salt as a natural sleep aid. The minerals in the salt support the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. To improve sleep, Barbara advises placing a pinch of Celtic salt under the tongue before bed, followed by a glass of water, to help calm the nervous system and promote restful sleep. 7. Bone health and osteoporosis prevention. Barbara O'Neill highlights the importance of Celtic salt for bone health due to its high calcium and magnesium content. These minerals are crucial for maintaining bone density and preventing conditions like osteoporosis. Adding Celtic salt to your diet can help ensure you're getting the necessary nutrients to support strong, healthy bones.
What's happening if someone's not having any salt? Well, there is a little bit of sodium in your food, in your fruits and vegetables. If there's not enough sodium around, not every bit of glucose can get into your blood, which explains why some people that go on a salt-free diet find their energy levels go down, because they're not getting the nutrients out of their gut as they should and into the blood. No wonder it's the most vital element needed for life. We need it. The salt that we use here at Misty Mountain Health Retreat is Celtic salt. And that Celtic salt contains 3 magnesiums. It contains magnesium bromide, magnesium sulfate, and magnesium chloride. Magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, so it's always trying to pull the water into itself. That explains why on a rainy day our salt can get quite moist, because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule. So when you put a crystal of the Celtic salt on your tongue and then drink a glass of water, when the crystal's on your tongue, even if it only be for a few seconds, then the mucous membranes in the mouth are absorbing, first of all, the magnesium. Remember, it's a water-hungry molecule. And that magnesium is taken via the blood straight to the cell, and it pulls the water inside the cell. It is the quickest way to hydrate a body, is to put that crystal of Celtic salt on your tongue, take that glass of water, and it ensures that the water is pulled inside the cell. I suggest that we do it at least once or twice a day.
8. Energy boosting and adrenal support. Celtic salt can be a natural solution for boosting energy levels, as explained by Barbara O'Neill.
So when everyone's feeling tired mid-morning, all reaching for their Mars bar or cake or pie or sandwich, cup of coffee, just take your crystal of Celtic salt, have your glass of water, and you watch your energy levels have a little pickup. Because as we saw the other day, that stomach needs a rest between meals. It doesn't need more food. It needs water. And often the body doesn't know the difference between water and hunger. That's why if it's between meals and you're hungry, just have a glass of water. If you're feeling tired, have that little bit of salt before you have the water, and it'll pick you up. That's why if you're going to go and walk the Kokoda Trail, make sure you have a little bag of salt crystals, Celtic salt crystals in your pocket. Celtic salt has more magnesium than the Himalayan salt or the Murray River salt, and you can see it because it's just a lot wetter. The other salts do have magnesiums, but not quite as much as the Celtic salt. So if you're going to put the Celtic salt crystals into your grinder, just dry them out in the oven first before you put them into your grinder. When the weather's very, very wet, sometimes we have to take the salt out of our grinder 2 or 3 times a week, dry it out again, put it back into the grinder so that it can be ground at the table.
The minerals in Celtic salt help to balance blood sugar levels and support adrenal function, providing sustained energy throughout the day. Incorporating Celtic salt into your daily routine, whether in food or water, can help maintain your energy levels without the crash associated with caffeine or sugar.
So when you're feeling a little tired or maybe a little bit peckish mid-morning, have the salt and have the water, and you'll get a little bit of a pickup. So when everyone's going outside to have their cigarette or their cup of coffee, You have your crystal of salt, your glass of water.
9. Alkalizing properties for disease prevention. Barbara O'Neill stresses the importance of maintaining an alkaline environment in the body to prevent disease.
The best solution to combat water retention. There were a couple of questions on this. Swelling of the legs. Believe it or not, the swelling in the legs means that your kidneys are what balance the sodium and the water levels in your body. So it's an indication that the kidneys aren't very happy. So what you can do is you can increase your water intake and salt intake. One lady said, more water, but look, I've got too much now. Now, when the legs swell, do you know what that means? The water's not getting inside the cell, it's on the outside of the cell. And our cell has a bilayered membrane around it. And water cannot get in unless magnesium is there. Magnesium will pull the water inside the cell. And that's why a crystal of whole salt on your tongue before every glass of water, it gets the water into the cells, the quickest way to hydrate a body. Now, we do lose 2 litres, sometimes 2.5 litres a day. 2 litres must be replaced. And the best way for someone to take that, especially someone with swollen legs, is to sip it. That means that if they're swollen legs, their kidneys are struggling a little bit. So the water must be just sipped. A mouthful here, 5 minutes later, another couple of mouthfuls. And at the beginning of every glass, have that crystal of Celtic salt, and that will get the water inside the cell.
Celtic salt, with its rich mineral content, helps to balance the body's pH levels, reducing acidity and creating a less favorable environment for diseases. Using Celtic salt in your diet is an effective way to support the body's natural defenses against illness and inflammation. 10. Blood pressure regulation and cardiovascular health. Barbara O'Neill notes that, unlike refined table salt, Celtic salt can help regulate blood pressure due to its balanced mineral profile.
Table salt will get the blood pressure up. And so will no salt, because your cells need that little bit of salt. So my suggestion is to take the Celtic salt. The Celtic salt contains 82 minerals, and the Himalayan salt, it contains 75 minerals. One of the beauties of the Celtic salt is it has 3 magnesiums, and magnesium is a muscle relaxant, and magnesium relaxes that heart at rest. Dr. Lee Langry is a French doctor who's written a whole book on salt. If someone comes to him with high blood pressure, he puts them straight on Celtic salt. If they're not used to any salt, start small, start very small, and then little by little ease it in. He said, when people come to me with high blood pressure, I put them on Celtic salt. Why does he put them on Celtic salt? Because Celtic salt contains 82 minerals. It's a hand-harvested sea salt. So the minerals are in the Celtic salt in their balanced form. What about Himalayan salt? In many places, Himalayan salt is a lot easy to get. There's about 75 minerals. So it's pretty good. But I prefer the Celtic salt. And one reason is that the Celtic salt has 3 magnesiums. It contains magnesium chloride and magnesium bromide and magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, and this explains why the Celtic salt is such a moist salt, especially when we've had a lot of rain, because those 3 magnesiums absorb the moisture. And because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, it can be used to help the water get into the cell. So when you take a crystal of Celtic salt, put it on your tongue, and some say, how big's a crystal? Well, if you've got high blood pressure, start small, about the size of a sesame seed. I don't have high blood pressure, so I might have about 3 times little sesame seeds. Put it on your tongue, your mucous membranes start absorbing the minerals, the magnesium is taken to the cell membrane, and you drink your water, and that magnesium pulls that water inside the cell. It's the quickest way to hydrate a body. The only time excess water drinking can be dangerous is if people drink too much at once and don't have the minerals that are in the Celtic salt to pull that water inside the cell. I've had people complain to me, they say, I'm drinking more water now I'm going to the bathroom all day. So I say, are you having the salt? Have a little crystal before every glass of water. And ideally, we should be having approximately 8 glasses of water a day. And then I say to them, and don't drink a whole glass at once.
The potassium in Celtic salt counteracts the effects of sodium, promoting healthy blood circulation and cardiovascular health. For those looking to manage their blood pressure naturally, Barbara recommends replacing regular salt with Celtic salt to enjoy its health benefits.